So it is down to crunch time. Today is the day that I head out to Georgia. So we are going to do a very quick gear video and just kind of run through things here. I'm going to try and stay out of the camera as much as possible. So we're going to start out with my Trail Buddy trekking poles here. So with those, we got the pair there. We got to start back here in the far corner with my Costco Down Puffy. Set of gloves and a stocking cap. I know there are two sets of each out here. There will only be one set going with me. 32 degree insulated base layer. I've got three long sleeve shirts here. There will only be two of those going. I have my Columbia shirt, which will be my primary shirt. I have my sleeping t-shirt and my sleeping shorts here. I have a mid layer right here that will be going with me as well. Got my sleeping socks. I've got sock liners here, and then I've got my Darn Tough socks here and here. These are my everyday wear, along with my everyday wear t-shirt and my everyday wear pants, zip-off convertible pants. I have more trail liners, or more sock liners than normal, and probably more socks than normal, but I have, with my artificial leg, some special needs for my regular leg, my good leg, as it were, does require much more care because it's going to be doing about 70 to 80% of the work. We have the Ex Officio boxers, and we have a stuff sack here that also converts to being a pillow by Z-Packs, which will be not used as a pillow unless my inflatable pillow is not working, but it will be my stuff sack or dry sack for keeping my sleeping clothes dry. We then have my Thermarest X-Therm sleeping pad. I went with that because it's a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher material, and with my prodigious weight, I wanted to make sure that I had something that was going to be a little bit stronger. Then I have my Enlightened equipment, 20 degree quilt back here. We have the Z-Packs duplex tent. We then also have, I think it's a something Swede bag liner, so that when I'm dirty and disgusting, I sleep in the bag liner rather than sleeping directly touching my bag. It also gives a little bit of extra insulation for those cold nights at the beginning of the trail. I do have my camp shoes here, which are Crocs. I cannot wear traditional Crocs as they don't stay on my artificial foot. Again, it's something that has to be modified slightly for my particular situation with this. So we have the camp shoes here. We have my Cook set, little, I think it's Snow Peak. Yeah, Snow Peak titanium, and the BRS stove in here, titanium spoon, my Diddy bag, my Ultra Lone Peak 3.5s, my butt pad, the Thermarest butt pad. These are the straps for my quilt and my sleeping pad. It is also an extra set of waist straps for the sleeping, or excuse me, for the Z-Packs backpack. The reason being is I had to have extra long straps made in order to fit me, and as I downsize, I will want to use the smaller straps. Here we have one of the, sorry about the one of the liners that I wear with my artificial leg, and this is it's very lightweight stand that I use for drying that out at night. Don't want to be carrying it. I have not been able to come up with a lightweight, or something as light as this, that serves the same purpose and does it as well without doing damage to the liner. And these liners are ridiculously expensive, and so I don't want to damage them along the way. I do have two of them, this one and one that is a little bit thicker. I will be trying to wear the thicker one as much as possible. If I can convert completely to the thicker one without having to have the lighter one for some places, I will then trade this one out, or not trade it out, but simply send it home, not to be used. We did Diddy bag. I have my Lone Peak, or the Ultra Lone Peak 3.5 has the 4-point connection for gaiters, and so I got the Ultra gaiters. I have my bathroom kit here. I have my water filtration system, the Sawyer Squeeze right here. I have a camp towel here. I do have a bandana here. I also have a buff that's basically the same pattern as that. The handkerchief there is one that my grandfather used to actually use, so that's got a little bit of sentimental value to it. I do have some moist towelettes here that probably most people wouldn't need to carry. Again, with my artificial leg, I have to keep it cleaner. I have to keep it in much better condition than you normally would even your feet, because it is so sensitive to what goes on inside of the stump. So we have that there. This is my repair kit, from Thermarest to some things, sewing kit, and a couple of items that are leg specific. Have my electronics kit here. I have the 26,800 milliamp hour Anchor battery pack, along with a set of headphones and a couple of charging cords. This is the microphone holder for the microphone that I'm using with my phone. It also has other little electronic ditty things in it because it is extremely light. This is my Joby, I think it's GorillaPod, lightweight tripod for taking pictures on the trail. This is my extra batteries, along with a couple of chapsticks and earplugs. I do have a set of reading glasses along so that I can read things. Unfortunately, my eyesight is not good enough to do that without the fold-up lenses. Of course, Purell, toe clippers and tweezers, the Black Diamond Spot, have the Z-Packs Bear Bag Kit. I have the Thermarest NeoAir Pump for pumping up the sleeping pad. I don't know whether that will stay with me, but for the time being, I just did not find the pump sack to be all that good, and I know that after a day of hiking, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to blow that pad up effectively, and so I want to have this with me, at least for the time being. I've read some reviews about this that people have said that as they go along, they are so thankful to have this little pump, and it is extremely lightweight, so I'm hoping that it'll serve that purpose well. I do have a pair of windproof, supposedly waterproof, as much as you can be, mittens to go over my gloves, especially for the early on when it is cold and wet. I want to have those with me. I do have this little multi-unit item right here. It is a temperature gauge, a compass. It has, I believe, barometric pressure on it. It also has a magnifying glass and some other items in it as well. It's extremely lightweight, but the barometric pressure and temperature do make an effect on my leg and to what I'm going to be able to do that day as far as fitting the leg into the socket. So that does have value beyond just the compass that's in it. And again, it serves multiple purposes, so I'm taking that. I'm sure every gear shakedown will tell me to get rid of it, but I'm probably going to keep it with me anyway. I do have the flex poles for the Z-Packs duplex setup. Unfortunately, it is very difficult for me to get up from the ground, both as a morbidly obese person, but also as a person with one leg and dealing with an artificial leg. You just can't stand up and move around like you normally do. So the side openings on the Z-Packs duplex tent with the trekking poles right in the middle of them would be extremely difficult for me to get past, whereas you have the wide open side if you do that with the flex setup. So I do have the flex setup for now. We'll see going down the road if I can get rid of that. It's a few ounces, but it is a few ounces. And as they say, grams make ounces, ounces make pounds. So it may be something that gets taken out along the way. But for the time being, that is what I'm going to be using as the flex setup for that. Like I said, a camp towel here. I do have my hat. I am Big Luscious because, well, I am Big Luscious. So we did daily wear. This is my Frog Togs rain jacket. It is not the lowest end, but it's not the highest end either. I do have my Appalachian Trail passport back here. I do have my AWOL guide, and I do have a book that I will be taking along to do my journaling in. It is not the lightest weight thing. It is my luxury item. I want to have that because I want to be able to have some important information written down in there where I know that I can get to it. I want to be able to keep inspiration there that I can get to on a regular basis. And I also want to be able to keep my thoughts written down and part of what I'm doing on this trip. I do then also have the Z-Packs Arc Haul backpack with some modifications, adding Justin's ultralight water holders on it. I do have the multi-pack and the hip pockets for that, as well as the upper pockets for that. Upper pockets, I'm not sure that those will stay. I really thought I wanted them when I ordered the backpack, but I'm just not sure that they are necessary for what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to see kind of where I'm at after a week or two when I get to Neil's Gap or wherever, and kind of make that determination at that time as to whether I'll be taking those along with me. I don't know if I pointed this one out here. This Bible right here, the New Testament and Psalms and Proverbs, was a Bible that came home with my brother Aaron's items from Okinawa after he passed away. And so that will be my little bit of my brother that I will be carrying along with me on this trail. I think I covered everything that's out here. Oh, I don't know if I did this. This is the inflatable pillow right there. I don't know the brand on that, but it is a nice little inflatable pillow. I plan to use the inflatable pillow rather than the stuff sack, as I've heard the stuff sack is not that great of a pillow when used as a pillow, and it does tend to get quite smelly, they say. So I will probably be using the inflatable pillow. Again, it's one of those things, until I get on the trail, I just won't know how it performs out in the real world. I've used it on some practice trips. I like the inflatable pillow, but again, I'm not putting it up and taking it down every day. It may get to the point where I'd rather just stuff some stuff into a bag and call that a pillow, rather than going through the effort of inflating and deflating the pillow every day. So that is where where I am at with the gear as of right now. I do not have a pack weight. Sorry about the ums again. Gee whiz. And I do have a couple of items that I do have to still take out of here. At least one set of gloves and a hat, and also one of the long sleeve shirts will be coming out. Other than that, I think we are where we are going to be as we head into the trail. If you see something glaringly horrible that I should not have here, please put it down in the comments. There are a couple of items that I do not have that I would like to have here. One being a neck knife for me, and the other being the DeLorme InReach Explorer, is so if something happened, there would be a way for me to get emergency help. If those are something that you would like to help out with, you can go to my Amazon wish list and help out there, or you can go to my GoFundMe page and help out with general contributions towards the hike. Anything you can do would be greatly appreciated, and just want to encourage everyone to remember, always lead a big and luscious life. Thank you, and God bless.